All right, guys, today we're going to talk about turbos. Do you ever had that issue where you're just not getting enough boost from your turbo? We're going to talk about some of the common things that you may be able to see if your turbo is about to fail or it is failing. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is noise, right? If you hear a high-pitched whistle, right, sometimes, and you double check to make sure your charge air cooler hoses and clamps are not one broken or loose, but you hear just a whining noise, that's a good indication that the bearing inside your turbo is failing, right? So when you start getting that, what happens is you're just not getting enough power. The air is not going over towards the intake side of your engine. Now, another one is, which you can physically see, and if you do, uh-oh. So what happened is, let's just say the charge air cooler, and you notice that there's oil, right? Right here, right below it, it's dripping. So that's an indication that the turbo, the seal has blown, because when you have a turbo, you have oil that goes from the top and goes to the bottom, right? You have it where it feeds it, and you have it where it drains. So, because that thing is spinning at a certain amount of 1,000 some odd RPMs, that thing has to stay cool by the oil. So when the seal blows and you have oil coming into this area, that's an indication that the turbo is failing. The other bad problem is that if you undo the clamp and you see a lot of oil dripping out, now you have to do not only one thing, you have to do a few things, right? One, replace the turbo or get it rebuilt. And then the other thing is, and pull the other side of the charge air cooler, because if you have oil on the other side, that means oil has passed through your charge air cooler. There's a few ways you can go about doing the repair on that. One, cleaning it. Two, replacing it. To clean a charge air cooler, you're probably looking at maybe $150 to $200, which is a lot better, spending anywhere between $700 or maybe $1,400 on a charge air cooler. And the turbo, believe it or not, guys, they can be rebuilt. There are places out there that can rebuild them. If you buy a brand new turbo from the dealership, this turbo is probably anywhere between $1,800 to $2,000, where you can get it rebuilt for $700 to $800. Just keep that in mind. And maybe they may need a part number, which is usually, once you get the turbo out, it should be a metal stamp. Should still be on it. Take a picture of it and send it to that guy, and they may already have the turbo. I'll tell you how fast they can do a turnaround on rebuilding it. Again, oil, high-pitched noise are good indications. And then the other one, right? So if you have someone, you're just not getting enough boost, what you do is you tell a partner of yours to throttle the pedal down, just feather it, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. The hose, right? You squeeze it. It should push your hand out pretty solid, really stiff. If it doesn't and it's real weak, that's another good indication that your turbo has failed. Now, let's just say, hey, I have a Cummins. Well, guys, I do have a turbo that I have laying on the ground, and we could talk about that and then other things to inspect on the turbo, which you can do the same thing on your DD15 engine, because they're both the same. They have propellers, right? So let me show you a turbo that came off of Cummins real quick. Now, it has some little different aspects of it, right? We have a turbo actuator, which is set up on the top part of the turbo, which the DD15 does not. But let's talk about some of the common issues, the same aspects, right? So you still have a propeller. So like I was talking about in there, if this area here is filled up with oil, so that's telling me that the seal in between here has blown, and we got oil coming out this way, or sometimes even on the exhaust side, oil coming out this way as well. That means the turbo is failing. We need to replace the turbo. And remember, like I said, you want to check inside that pipe, because if it's going across that charge air cooler, you're going to need to, one, replace it or get it cleaned. So this is, you want to also check here. There's like the propeller. If you can get your hand in there, spin it and see if it has it, right? Or move it up and down with your hand. If you have a lot of lateral movement, or just inspect the blades, because if the blades are broken, chipped, then you already know you have a problem with the turbo. And you can do the same thing on the back side. This side's a little bit hard because it's at an angle, but you can shine a light in there, and again, look at the propeller. See if there's any chipped blades, missing blades, and if you have any indication of that, then you know that the turbo is bad. You have oil coming in, right? That's where it feeds oil, and this is where oil comes out. So feed oil, drain oil. Now, the only difference is on a Cummins, obviously we have the actuator. The actuator is being cooled by coolant. Coolant goes through here and also comes out of your turbo, believe it or not. So it has a lot of cooling aspects, but also there's some failures that could happen, right? Leaking. And then usually this part fails because it jams up So that's a pretty common issue on the Cummins. So you don't have to replace the whole turbo. You just may need to replace the actuator. Unfortunately, as much as I would like to show you guys how to do this, you would have to have a computer because you have to calibrate it to the turbo for it to work properly. So those kind of things you would still need to take to a shop unless you know a guy that can come and help you to calibrate it, and he can show you how to do it. On a Cummins, you have to drain the coolant so you don't have it leaking everywhere. Unfortunately, you can't just pinch off the line because it is metal braided, so you would have to drain the coolant. So that's the difference between a Cummins and a DD15 engine, but the aspects are still the same. You want to double check the blades, make sure they're not damaged. Also double check the front and the back, make sure you don't have any oil leaking. And then the same thing on a Cummins, you would check that charged air cooler hose when someone throttles it, make sure you have a nice stiff hose so you have proper boost going across. All right guys, so that was everything that I can talk about a turbo that we know that could be failing or is about to fail. If you guys like what you saw today, don't forget to pound that like button. If you have any questions or concerns, don't forget to leave a comment at the bottom. And guys, don't forget to subscribe. I'd like to throw some more cool stuff your way.